Hello, Henry here, welcome back to another round of gaming. And today we are continuing, or probably finishing, the campaign of Titus Anicius in Never Second in Rome. And yeah, it's going to continue. We are in part 20, we are in Spain, or were in Spain, are still, I think. You are on the southern bank of the river Betis. There's only one stone bridge across in the vicinity of Cordoba. Its northern end is controlled by the enemy. You cannot force your way through it unless you want a massacre. The Betis is one of the largest rivers in Hispania, so important that it gives its name to this region, Baetica. Its course is deep and very wide. You cannot ford it, but you have found a place where a makeshift bridge can be put up. Okay. Uldia is barely 20 miles or so to the south. If the young Pompey is informed of your presence, it will not take long for him to be here. After the scouting mission and the fight, your sentry is not expected to take part in the work. Why slack off? They must get involved. Are we fatigued? We are fine. Sentry is not expected to take part in the work. Let's get them involved. Morale goes down by 1. Troops opinion down. Humanitas down. They get down to business. Difficulty 5. Okay. Let's go for once. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And now let's go normal. Oh, we're still close. Okay. And now let's push through. Wow, so many bonus rolls. Insane. We had a few more in us. Engineering has increased, potential at least. Large baskets are filled with stone and sunk into the river planks. Then planks are carefully positioned on top of them. When you improvise bridges in place, you use it to get across. You set up a camp divided into 3 sections between the Betis and the area around Cordoba. The young Pompey is not long in responding to the request for help of his brother Sextus. He takes his whole army from Ullia, a host as large as you expected, and establishes his base at the high ground south of the river. You can see it tall ramparts from where you stand. Being fatigue reduced. The stone bridge is still controlled by the enemy, which means that supplies and troops can move rather freely between the Pompeian camp and the city. There cannot be an efficient siege as long as that link exists. To cut it off, the commander orders to extend the line of outworks from your camp to the bridge. Pompey undertakes a similar endeavor. Almost every day there are skirmishes to protect the workers. At first they are sparse and limited, but they grow more intense as both lines approach the finishing goal. Your cohort is among those on picket duty when the fight breaks out dangerously close to the watercourse. Your men have just stepped in on the difficult ground when a sudden countercharge isolates Scoedius. You, in a very uncomfortable position right on the riverbank, 2 enemy soldiers try to exploit the advantage. Uh-oh. Incline of 12. We have 75, 68, and they have 45, 48. Okay. I think he can manage. Oh, they're quick. Okay. We could have something here. Let's go for this. Can we strike him? Oh, that looks good. Tempting. Yes. Rebound focused. And he recovers. Okay. The Pompeian Legionnaire. Can we lack it again? Nice, and he's fatigued now. Can we soft spot hit anything? Not yet. But we could go for a head hit, no bypass. Arm hit, leg hit, groin hit. Groin hit with a bypass armor, no. Nice. Yeah, he recovered 50 and then he misses the second recovery. He fucks up the feint and fucks the second one, okay. Can we do anything here? 7, 4. Okay, doesn't make a difference. Go for the leg again. Can we trick him? No, probably not. Okay. Recovery. Wow. Okay, he's to full recover. Oh no, lucky. He recovers again. Can someone come to the rescue here? Trick is probably not gonna work, right? +1. Oh, damn it. Oh, come on. Why? Okay, he fucks it up twice. Okay. I hate it. Hate it that we... Let's go for an arm hit. Arm hit. Okay, at least that's a hit. Strike again into the leg. Can we do a soft spot hit on anything? Ooh. A groin soft spot hit. That's a hit. And that's a through hit. Rebound focused. We could have him next turn. Yes, he fucks it up. So let's kill this one. This veteran. Groin again. 70 is a good one. That's just a... Let's do a leg hit. Okay, that's a hit. Oh no, it's not enough. Not enough. Okay, he misses. That's good. Fatigue-wise, he is looking really bad. Let's go for the leg hit. That's a kill. First one's down. And now we go for... We can't do trick, so we recover. And next turn we try to do some damage, but... Oh, he's offensive focused. That is it probably for this fight. So leg hit. No. Recovery. A bit. Uh-oh. Good. Okay. He survives. Could have killed both with a good roll, but yeah. He survives. Let me quickly check something on my little one. Okay, at least Scoedius' companion managed to go to assist his assistance. The clash goes on for a while, but it's still, but as in the last few days, it is inconclusive. Both sides eventually move back to their initial position. Okay. The following day, there's an even bigger skirmish close to the bridge. The position is so precarious that many soldiers of both armies fall into the river. This trickle of casualties is not taking you anywhere, as it happens time and again in the past with different adversaries. Then Pompey is reluctant to stake everything in a pitched battle against someone like Caesar. A war council is summoned. As one of the primi ordines, you attend. The word council is a little misleading. Ultimately, it is Caesar issuing instructions about what to do next. He goes into as few details as strictly necessary, and you do not know your destination, but everyone must be ready to leave tonight. You have been with him for such a long time that you recognize his modus operandi easily enough. He wants to force the enemy to respond to his moves. As long as he maintains the initiative, he might be able to create or seize a favorable opportunity. Siege of Cordoba has served its initial purpose of taking Manius away from Ulia, but has become a deadlock. You cross the Betis again, covering a departure with large fires to confuse the Pompeians. You march for many hours through the undulated ground, changing direction, and finally going southeast of your starting point. You know little of the local geography, so you ask Ulpius, the centurion of the 9th cohort who was born in Italica in this region. Italica is over 80 miles down the course of Betis, he explains, and he has been here around these parts only once when he was 15 with his father. Given the position of Cordoba behind you, he ventures that you may be heading to Artegua. Artegua, an interesting choice, as you find out. Barring Cordoba, it is occupied by the largest enemy garrison, mostly to protect its rich stores of grain. The young Pompey will have no choice but to follow you. The town is well protected by its elevated position and robust walls on top of steep slopes, the kind of layout that takes a direct assault off the table. You will need proper structures and a lot of time to threaten these defenses. It is cold. You have spent winters in northern Gallia, and it was definitely worse, but few of the soldiers who are here today are veterans of the Gallic Wars. A winter campaign is always a harsh experience. It is time to surround Artegua with siege work and season. The troops will also need proper lodgings. The expertise of it would be available in the planning and construction of the temporary dwellings. They have the delicate task you mentioned. Let's see, the sentry Engineering wise, we're on 56. I think we have it. No! You may not be the very best, but they are still among the most experienced engineers in the army. Their contribution is useful and welcome. Damn. Okay. As expected, the young Pompey followed you after a while. There was an ugly incident on the day of his arrival. A thick morning mist hit his movement and he attacked one of your cavalry outposts unseen. It was a massacre. Only a few horsemen survived to reach your camp and raise the alarm. Since then, Manius and his army have been observing your work from a safe distance. They are not interfering with the siege. You camp around Antigua and there is several miles apart. The valley of a local river, the Selsum, divides them. Now that the perimeter of the siege work has been fortified, the next step is to build a huge ramp to protect the usual wooden shelters, the Vinae. Its construction would take a long time even under simple conditions. The siege engines in possession of the enemy garrison inside the town will make the task slow and costly. A few routine days go by. It is still dark and freezing cold. The fourth and last watch before dawn. Your legion is awake under arms, ready to react in case of trouble. A sudden blare of alarm informs you that the precaution was justified. And here they come, I think. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. There's a hill on the other side of River Selsum, with a fort built long before your arrival by men of the time, much closer to the wars with Carthage than to your own. You call it the Postumian camp. There are many such structures in this region. Caesar manned them to act as scout posts. The Postumian camp has been effective in threatening the enemy supply line with Cordoba. So effective that the young Pompey apparently decided to remove it. It is under attack. So affected that the young Pompey apparently decided to remove it. It is under attack. Caesar leads your legion and 2 others to rescue the garrison or the outpost. It is not easy to march down the hill in such poor light, even less so to fort the Selsum. Most legions would have had a very hard time, but yours reforms on the southern bank of the river with an efficiency that matches its reputation. The sky is brightening by the time you have completed a handful of miles from Antigua to the Postumian camp. The fort is still holding out. The Pompeians did not seem to expect your arrival so soon. They are unprepared to receive your charge. Their line collapses quickly. An enemy centurion in front of you keeps on fighting, refusing to surrender even as his men abandon him. Make an effort to catch him alive. What we need? Sword and shield. Yeah, we have that. He's good, but his sudden stab might have surprised even the most experienced warrior. Not you. You fend off his attack and smoothly disarm your stubborn opponent. The soldiers help you demobilize him. The Pompeian army is disorderly retreating to its camp. Their commander's plan has failed. You are awarded for capturing a valuable prisoner. Oh, nice. 2 gold amile. Cool. Let me quickly save here, because I think my little one is gonna wake up soon. That's why I had to check up on him. Okay, we are back a while later. Let's continue. The planned muster of your cavalry is finally completed. You receive reinforcements that bring the total to 8,000. At night, a huge fire in the distance indicates that the enemy is burning and abandoning its camp. The young Pompey is moving at a few miles towards Cordoba, probably to make his supply line safer. From inside this encirclement, the garrison of Antigua is finding new creative ways of being a pain in the neck. They are using their siege engines to shoot firebrands besides normal bolts during night hours. To damage the siege works and to give you as little rest as possible. Conditions imposed by winter do little to improve the mood. There are minor clashes in the days that follow, both within and without the siege perimeter. Way more often than not, prisoners are dealt with quickly and mercilessly, even by your side. This conflict has become more and more embittered. It's the effect of war that has been dragging on for years. One morning there is a large sally from Antigua, another attempt to set fire to the wooden parts of the ramp. The 6th Legion is working there, but the signifier happens to be in a sector not too far from where the action is taking place, with 2 other men of your century. Manius Durmius. Good fighter. Charisma, bravery. Charisma 68, bravery 80. I think we have this. He stays ready to intervene in case things take, but he avoids acting impulsive. He tries to gather as many soldiers as possible, go to the aid of the 6th. We do that. A number of troops belonging to the 13th rally around Durmius. 2 men from his century never abandon his side as he leads the group into battle. Okay, we are going in confined space, adverse terrain. What's your strength? Ooh, he's not good. Okay, they are fresh. These are fresh, okay. Yeah, and our legionnaires are better, and this one, okay. I think we go... Yeah, I think we need to get going here and kill. 21 is already great. Let's go for the leg. First hit. Strike him again on the leg. Good. Missed. Good. Come on, help out. Thank you. Just attack him. Good. Oh. 17. Okay. Rebound focused. Can we... Oh, we already have good odds to hit. How about we groin hit him? That's the first hit. And then we're gonna groin hit him again. First one is down. Uh-oh, he hits me. Damn it. Another time. Wow, twice. Really? That is insane. That's good. Nice. Nice. Okay, we're looking fine. Can we trick now? Oof, minus 20. Okay. Let's try it. Now, of course, we fuck it up. Okay, let's go rebound focus. Okay, he missed. That's good. But he strikes me. Please hit someone. Okay. You bastards. We recover. And we recover again. That they hit so often is insane. Okay, they recovered both. How did they do so much damage? I mean, yes, they have an advantage of 10, but really... A 10 advantage. Oh, there's a young centurion. Really? Really? Wow. The game is giving no inch here. Damn it. Stop it with the fainting. Yeah, okay, thank you. Please do something. I couldn't. Yeah, he can't as well. That is so bullshit. Yeah, can we... He's rebound focusing? Oh, come on, go away. Sucks, really sucks. It really, really sucks. We could hit, but I have to recover here. Man, we're losing ground here. And we all have to recover. Wow. And we're back to square one. That's bullshit. Okay, this one, Pompeian Legionnaire. Can we now start our attack? I think we do. Hit him in the leg, please. Hit him in the groin, please. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Why are you fainting? Can you attack, please? Yeah, strike him. Oh, great. Great neck hit. Good, he misses. And he tries to strike and misses. Okay. I think we try to kill this one first. Yeah, go for the neck. That's a hit. Done. And now we go for the young centurion. What's his number? Ooh, he's high. Soft spot hit? No, can't. Strike? Can't. Can we go for this one? Yeah. Let's go for this one. Oh, really? Really? Why are you going for this one? Yeah, of course he's misleading me and he's fucking me. Of course. This is bullshit. Okay, he recovers double. I can't trick again. It looks bad. Let's go rebound focus. Don't want to risk it. We can't. Attack the other one. Attack the other one, please. Oh wow, he hit him. But why didn't you attack the other one? Okay, we can recover now. Good. And oh, for any action, yeah, fine. Another legionnaire. Can we hit someone? Yeah, this one. Can we hit the arm? Did. Good. Don't attack him, please. Help me with him. Yes. Okay, he misses. He rebound focuses. We can now try to get him. Okay, he's knocked out. And we only have one groin hit. Oof. Barely. And now we are fatigued, of course. Yeah. Ah, no. Yes. Come on. Please survive. Yeah, he recovered, okay. Uh-oh. Legionnaire is dying. Damn it. Okay, that's a hit. Groin, please. Game. The game fucks me over. Oh, don't feint him. Attack him. And he resists on a plus 24. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah, he's dying. Okay. Can we kill this one, please, now? He has to go. We have to get rid of him. 16. Please. Ooh. Okay, combat outcome. Why is it done? I mean, we killed the first ones. The signifier's action is so effective that enemy in front of him are giving ground. Ooh, nice. It is a tough uphill battle, but the experience of the sixth is far superior to that of the campaigns. The Saliers are even driven back. Good. Durmius is rewarded for his deed. Nice. Some silver talks for him. With the passing of the day, the young Pompey has been drawing outworks from his camp to the river Salsum. They are not visible from his section of the perimeter, but only from sectors under the responsibility of other units. Anyway, Manius still seems disinclined to engage. He is in a decisive battle. From Antigua, the attacks to hinder the siege works continue. The artillerymen. 52 could have that. They are as effective as always, but it's hard to send out against the rest of the 10th. In the meantime, Manius has managed to establish a bridgehead north of the Salsum. The resulting skirmishes accomplish nothing but more useless deaths on both sides. Later, the enemy garrison in Antigua takes some of the townspeople on the wall in plain sight. As you look, they kill them in cold blood and hurl their bodies down. Not even the women and the infants are spared. Such a crime against the same folk who have been hosting the Pompeians in their own town leaves even the most hardened veterans in your camp utterly disgusted. The victims are probably those under suspicion of sympathizing with Caesar and their families. That night, the hail of firebrands and bolts flung from Antigua is more intense than usual. It goes on for hours. Finally, during the third watch, a massive sortie takes place. Segments of the rampart under your supervision is never assaulted. The attack seems to be entirely focused on a section from which the distant camp of the young Pompey is visible. It is repelled, a few of the servers are captured, the rest flee back to town. From what you can piece together, the following morning, as the execution of the prisoners are carried out, it seems that the entire garrison took part in the onslaught. They were not trying to hamper the siege, it was an attempt to escape and join the Pompey legion outside. Okay, my little one is getting antsy again. Give me a sec. Okay, we continue on. According to the defectors of the enemy camp, even the young Pompeian Labineus were outraged at the mass murder perpetrated by the garrison on the town wall. The order did not come from them, it was a personal initiative of the garrison commander. Among the other things, such a brutal act is going to cost them dearly in terms of support from the rest of the province. After the failed escape attempt, the besieged continue their effort to damage the works, but with every passing day the ramp gets closer to the wall. Antigua is going to fall, it's only a matter of time, and Manius will never come to its aid. Both the garrison and the inhabitants offer to surrender in exchange for their lives. Caesar gives his word. On the 19th day of February, Antigua yields and opens its gate to you, and we're going in and slaughtering them. Pompey moves his camp further away towards another town called Ucupi. With Antigua under his control, Caesar moves you closer to the northern bank of the Selsum and to the enemy. One morning, while leading a patrol, you meet the 3 mounted auxiliaries. They are accompanied by a 4th unarmed man on foot. When you question them, one of the horsemen explains that they are escorting a Pompeian soldier who has just defected to his side. He turned up at the outpost early this morning. The leader ordered him to take him to Caesar's main camp. Check. Convince them to hand it over to you. You want to talk to him. I think we have that. The horsemen have been given a direct order and they are not under your chain of command. Nevertheless, the authority you project is strong. They briefly look at each other, then they agree to request. As soon as the 3 auxiliaries ride off, you turn your attention to the deserter. The man shows no hint of nervousness as he replies to a question. He is, or rather was, a soldier of the native legion. He did not take his decision lightly, but he came to the conclusion that Manius is not the man that his father was. The young commander is growing suspicious of everyone, and even the people closest to him are afraid of expressing their opinion. Recently, he assembled the townsfolk of Ucupi and ordered them to investigate thoroughly to find out who among them was with him and who favored Caesar. The defector does not know what the young Pompey intends to do, but it cannot be anything good. It is clear that he no longer sees in Manius a leader capable of guiding his army to victory. People like to believe what they want to be true, and hearing these words directly from one of the enemies fuels your men's hope for a quick end of the war. 2 days later, as if to confirm the story of the deserter, over 100 men reach your camp in a clearly distressed state. They say they are from Ucupi. 74 of their kin were accused of supporting Caesar's cause and beheaded by order of Manius. If he has to resort to such methods, perhaps the young Pompey is really losing his grip on the province. On the 4th day of March, there is heavy skirmishes near Selsum. As the soldiers working to reinforce the bridgehead come under attack by cavalry and light infantry, 2 centurions of the 5th perish while leading a counterattack. The horsemen turn the tide when they enter the fray. They chase the enemy away to its own bastion, but then they are almost trapped by an unexpected encirclement maneuver. They manage to extricate themselves with no losses, but the episode reminds you that you are still facing a dangerous foe. One mistake can be enough to bring all of you down. The following day, both armies move east by a few miles. The commander orders to build new entrenchments to cut the Pompeians off from one of their strongholds, the nearby Aspavia. When Manius realizes what is happening, he sends a detachment to occupy a strategically positioned hillock. Caesar anticipates the move, his corps capture the mount, and push the opponents down the slope. Hundreds of enemy soldiers fall and lie still on the battlefield. The survivors take refuge on the heights from which the rest of the army observe the carnage. Sun is about to set. There's going to be no more fighting today. Okay. On the morrow, the enemy harasses your workers with fast cavalry attacks, but its legion never abandoned their high places. Unwilling to face you on even ground, the young Pompey eventually breaks contact and withdraws. Later, you see the smoke of a large fire on the horizon to the west in the direction of Ucupi. Manius must have issued orders to his garrison to set fire to the town, properly prevented from falling into Caesar's hands. It is learned that your opponent is moving south, and you follow him with all your forces. You take control of Ventipo, a small town on your way. From there you advance to another place called Caruca. But when you arrive, you find it has been torched to the ground. Some local explains that they refused to open the gates to the young Pompey, and this was his response. You move on until you come before a plain facing a range of hills. The town of Munda is up there. And so is the enemy army. The sun is low. It is too late to continue. You set up camp on high ground in front of the plain. After resting overnight, everybody is ready to get on the move. It is a beautiful sunny morning, the day of the Liberalia, the 17th of March. On this day, almost 2 decades ago, you put away your bulla, the talisman you had been wearing around your neck since the 9th day after your birth, and donned the toga of a grown man. You still remember the sweet taste and the special warmth of the honey cake you had for breakfast. Your whole family was there with you. They were such simpler times. 20 years ago. But you cannot afford to indulge in remembrance of the past. The scouts have come back from the other side of the plain. According to them, the Pompeians have been deployed in battle array since the third watch on the crest of the hill. It looks like a challenge. Perhaps after shying away from view for such a long time, the young Pompey has come to the conclusion that he can no longer stall without the support around him falling apart. Caesar has been here in Hispania for over 4 months. The longer he's stuck on this campaign, the more his authority might suffer. He will not miss such an opportunity to end the war. Your army, every single unit available, advanced on the 5-mile plain. The 10th Legion holds its habitual position on the delicate right flank of the infantry line. The 5th and the 3rd protect the left. 6th and 4th, less experienced legions from the center. It looks like the enemy is not moving. It would be too much hope for it to come down and meet you halfway on the level ground. You've almost finished crossing the plain. In front of you is a brook. The terrain next to it is in terrible shape, muddy and spongy. The enemy is still waiting above. You receive no order to stop. Well, we have no choice here. Is it the Legion? It is the Century. The Century. Discipline, double, and coordination. Sorry, had to check the camera for the little one sleeping. He moved his head and just pressed his nose into the mattress, into his mattress. So I just wanted to check that he moves his head, and he did. You have almost finished crossing plain. Yeah, right, we wanted to check. Discipline 2, coordination. Discipline 2 is 60, and coordination is... Yeah, I think we have that. It is impossible for a formation to cross the brook without losing tightness, but your sentry gets through the obstacle with as little damage as anyone could reasonably expect. Numerius Aegilius. Check. Your Optio does what he can to contain this array. Charisma and awareness. Charisma is high, awareness is decent. In a very short time, his sentry is orderly as it was at the beginning of the march. You are at the foot of the hill, still no sign of movement from above, so this is the game they are playing. You step onto the slope and begin to climb. After a while, the order to halt is signaled. Caesar is taking a big chance, but he will not pull a Pharnaces. The ground here is severely against you, though it is not as bad as it closer to the top. The Pompeian army starts descending. Gnaeus must know he will never get a better chance than this. Caesar's gamble is that you are good enough to prevail even under such conditions. Check. Threaten to kill the first one of your men. Is he hesitating? What's our charisma? Our charisma is high, but not that high, and our humanitas makes it harder. Encourage them with a brief speech. Certainly, you don't need to say anything. Yeah, we do the speech. You remind them that this is their last battle, the opportunity they have been waiting for at the end of the war, and move on to the new life they've been promised. As you finish speaking, they respond with a loud war cry. Yeah, good. Competitiveness up. You can be sure that the Pompeians have placed one of their best legions on this wing. You are not thinking of victory now, much less of glory. Perhaps today is the same for everybody, friend or foe. You must not lose you, or you will not survive. You need no other reason to fight. We do an altar, and we do Jupiter, Mars, Venus. So it's Juno, Minerva, and Venus. We had Victoria. We had Fortuna. Fortuna it is. And done. And here we are. Okay, with just 1,900 we have to hold, and that's it. Okay. Let me check them. 47, 44. That's their best. Okay. So we're a bit better. Javelin skill is way better. Throw in advance. Act in advance, right? Get it. Yes. Throw. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Of course, they hit me, but yeah. Sure. Sure game. Sure. We're pulling... No, we're not doing that. We're doing steadfast. Got it. We're gonna go Anicius point to kill one straight away, I would say. One only, that's not good. Some damage. And Titus already in a fight against 48, 46 in client 8. Okay, we had worse than this. When we tried to storm the city. Oh, really? Really? Yeah. Of course he does. Of course he fucking does. Let's just hit him. Yeah, good. That takes away his bonus. Okay, he recovers. And now, can I shield hit him? Straight knock him, please. That's a hit. Resisted. And I take fucking resist. Trick him. Okay, thank you. Rebound focus. Okay, now I have to kill him. I can't. What is this? What is this? Okay, hit him. Groin hit, please. That's a hit. Good. It's a veteran Pompeii legionnaire, by the way. Okay. We have one of the last rounds. Oh, that was unexpected hit. Thought that would be nothing. Okay, last round. Maybe we can get him. Can we get him if I do... No, not shield, soft spot. Do a groin hit, please. It's a hit, and that's a through. Good. That's great. Gives us a kill. Takes him down a bit, and they will get the momentum, I guess. Yep, they get it. Of course they get it, and they hit once. Okay. Let's do our momentum swing. Let us fuck it up. Oh, come on. Really? Game, please. And he hits me twice. What? Yeah, of course he hits twice. And of course he hits twice. What is going on? Like Titus Pack. Why? Why? Why are you doing this to me, game? Oh, he's very cautious now. Interesting. Can we do an all-out attack and do this and do that and go? Please. Yes. Oh, Titus has another fight already. His stamina already not the greatest. How is he? 43, 41. Looks like a possibility for a shield knock, a feint, simple feint. Of course, of course. Okay. Yeah, we're back to square one. Except that I am now the one with the higher fatigue. Okay, he misses. Can I hit him? Yes. Groin hit doesn't do much. I wanna say a big fat leg hit. Good. And now a neck hit. Oh, really? How? Okay, let's do a leg hit. And now let's do a groin hit, please. Yes, that's a hit. Okay. Recovered, but I think I can still manage. Can we do it? Not like this. Not like this. Oh, come on. Okay. That's all we did. Okay. And of course he does 2 momentum. That's so bullshit. Let's go very cautious and back. Imbalance goes down. He goes fierce and hits me, of course. Okay, hits me once. Misses. Disengage. That was not a good fight. Not a good round. I mean, we didn't lose anyone. Why are they hints again? Oh, of course he does. Can we do the momentum swing, please? Keep Titus back. Yeah, I know, but 4 is great. Only 1 hit? Nothing. Oh, that's... Also, how many do we have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 or 7. Good attack of opportunity. 6 or 7 to get him below 1,900. Okay, Titus goes forward. Anicius, do I put you in harm's way? I don't think so. They're fierce. Okay. Gives me a chance to get the imbalance good. Nice. Okay. No kill. Another hit and no kill. Okay. They're closing in on a kill, at least. Go steadfast. Go... No. Do I want Anicius to engage? Don't think so. Just roll and momentum is at least here. Very cautious, okay. We're gonna go fierce and do this. Let's keep Anicius back. Yes, full hit. Full in the face. Please hit. Really? How did I only get 2 chances there? Shouldn't I have had more chances? We are disengaging. Okay, that's the last one, so... Yeah, let's stay fierce and go. 1 momentum only. On a plus... Yeah, that's bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Lose again? This is... Yeah. Okay, at least he didn't... Yeah, go. 2. Does 2 as well. Okay, now we're in trouble. Come on. Okay. What a stupid round. Oh, Manius. Manius in a fight. 73-68. What's the time, by the way? Yeah, okay, half an hour. That's good. I think after this fight we either stop or it is done. But I think as this is the last one, I think that's it. Did we go offensive focus? Yes. Intimidate misses. Strike arm misses. What's his stat? 47, 43. Go in and hit his leg. A 90 fucking 2 save? Is that for real? Are you for real? Why? Why? Biggest bullshit ever. Can't even trick. Okay. Gets it all back. Yeah, nearly, but such a good chance and we fucked it up. Okay, 1 more offensive try and then we... Yeah. I think we're done here. Let's do an arm hit. Barely scratches. Let's do another arm hit. Okay, that's a hit. Oh, didn't lose any stance on the trick. Interesting. Sextus also. Okay. 69-69 against 41-39. Offensive focus. Okay, bluff misses. Shield knock misses. Can we get a leg hit, please? Please. Thank you. And another leg hit. Yes. Rebound focused. Arm hit. Bad. Wanted to get him into the next fatigue. Offensive focus for the last round. Can we do it? Leg hit. Nice. And I think we do another leg hit. So that if we have another fight against him, he is totally fatigued. Yeah. Next time around we can kill him if we see him again. Okay, you forward. And we do the cautious, the normal one. And miss. Okay, they've been very cautious. Interesting. Do we go fierce? Or do we go cautious as well? Let's go cautious. He comes in with steadfast and all three. Oh, come on. Okay, luckily no hit. Yeah, we're not getting that too. Maybe lose someone here. No. Sextus again, okay. 69-69 against, yeah. That's the one we already brought down. In fatigue. So, can we strike? Of course we can't. As suddenly we are bad in offense. He went defense and nothing has changed. Yeah, figures. Okay, misled. Oh, nice. And the recover fails. Is this the opening we're searching for? It is not. We're not getting him. Yeah, and he's going defensive focused. Okay, you know what? We're gonna try. Good. Another one. No. Would have been too nice, right? Trying it on the zeros plus fours. Of course, that's not gonna work. Trick him. Bullshit. Yeah, we're not getting anything here. Stupid. Fatigue is high, their fatigue is higher. They do 2 momentum, that's not good. Get Titus back. Go into cautious mode. Disengaging, yeah, very cautious, and we're just gonna go disengage here, okay. Oh, another round, okay. That helped him more than me, because he's now back to 2-3-23. Damn it. Yeah, let's go steadfast. Let's go fury. Yeah. Fury. Wow. What is going on? Why are our attack numbers so bad? What is happening? Why? I have to check that. Why is his so high? Shield push, strength con, recent rotation, ground factor, inferior determination. Really? Now we don't have the inferior determination. Let's bring Titus in for another fight. Wow. Okay, Titus, I need a kill from you now. Yeah. Just not it. We're already on a second stage. Feint misses. That's good. Recovery hits. Good. Okay. Can I strike him already? I could. But I can also go offensive focus. And then next turn... Nah, he goes defensive. Okay. Lick it. Bring him down. I said leg hit. Oh, come on, game. Please. Why am I using the high ones and still lose it? Okay, finally. That should open him up for any kind of attack here. Like an arm hit. Good. Rebound focus. Can I make use of that? With a groin hit. Yes, first hit. Another one. Oh, a neck hit. That's a good one, and that's a hit. Can we hit him again? Groin. Stance hit. Groin. Oh, come on! With a plus 38? Are you kidding me? We just had it. One hit. One hit is all I needed. This game. Let's do the momentum. Let's take Anicius back. Oh, man. I hate that. Okay, we got 3. And hit once. And it's a fucking miss. I'm pissed at this game sometimes. It's just stupid. What is going on? Let's go. They are cautious. Can I push it? No. Okay, at least more hits. Why? Why can't we hit? Yeah, he is the guy. Can we kill him now? Can we kill him? Any kind of hit is all I need. Yes. Arm hit again. Just. How this game? This game. How am I missing on such a high? Yeah. At least it's a kill. Oh, Durmius again. We have the advantage here, so offensive focus. He's going defensive focus probably. No, he's not. Now he goes defensive focus, okay. Leg hit, please. And of course. Leg hit, please. Thank you. Oh, 75 again. Crazy. Yeah, I can't hit with anything here. Other than an arm hit, maybe. And now we can do a groin hit. Yes. Oh no, that wasn't... Misclick on my part. Total misclick. Okay, we can recover it, but that was a wasted initiative. And now he's back to full. Wasted. So wasted. Didn't want to do that. Yeah, 38. Why am I even fucking trying? Why am I trying to hit something with a only +4? Why would I be so daring? So reckless. Okay, we still need to get down 200. Damn. It's gonna be a long fight. Take of opportunity, only one hit. Finally a hit. Okay, we're disengaging. You stay back. Balance is high. We're going very cautious. He's not pushing it, and we're disengaging. Oh, really? That helps him more than me. Oh, give me a second. Okay, sorry. Back, and I forgot to unpause when going in again. But you haven't missed much, or nothing actually, because we're in the initiative of the next round. So, yeah. Let us try this again. Oh, that's in -8. Let's do this. Okay, 3 is good. No. Please, game, please. Thank you. Okay, 2. With no hits. Okay, 1 hit. Nothing. Man, that is a fight that is just stupid. Okay, do we go cautious here in this part? I think so. Nice, 2 momentum is great. We are not hitting. Who am I kidding? Why should I ever hit anyone, right? Going fierce gives us a negative, but gives us a chance to hit. Did we kill him? No, there's one out there we can kill, right? Please hit something. Not it. Not it. Yeah, that's... Okay. Can we strike him? Possibly. Defensive focused, okay, yeah. Let's feint in. That's good. That's very good, and that should give us an opening for a leg hit. Saves it. Fucking saves it with a 85. Okay, that brings him down into my league. Yes. Yes. Okay, 1 recovery. But there is a chance here to hit again. Groin hit, come on. Okay, 7 damage. I can do it. 7 damage is doable on a leg hit here. Yes. Titus is nearly down from fatigue, but... or not nearly, but... yeah. The high fatigue is creeping in. Good. Publius. Okay. You are a great fighter. Can you do anything against this? Really? That's what you go for? Okay. Let's try an arm hit. I just need to hit him. Yes. And let's do a leg hit. Nice one. Fails the recovery, gets the second one. Let's do a deft one. Good. Opens him up. And wow, these numbers are still not great. Still not great. Oh, proud pressed. Okay, can I... an 38. Yeah, this one. Good. And then a neck hit? No, another groin hit it is. That's a hit with a through. Good. He gets only 50. That's okay. Opens him up for me to do a leg hit. And to do another one of those. Oh, 1 life, really. 1 life. Come on. Thank you. Publius, thank you. Thank you. That brings us closer to... Yeah, yes. We are slowly creeping in towards the... Momentum 1 is not it. Okay, he didn't as well. Continue on. Siege the initiative, yes. Anicius stays back for 1 round. We're gonna go this. Oh, -8. And then of course we roll 1 high, and that 1 high is of course fucked. Let's do momentum roll, please. Okay, he misses. Why is this determination so high again? Yes, a kill. I think we have it. Close to. Close. Let's go cautious. Yeah, of course he hits me once with a -19. He's still steadfast. Oh, hits me twice. Not good. Okay, now we're going in. Okay, didn't hit. We didn't hit as well. Of course we didn't. And now Titus is clearly out of the picture here. Okay, 2 momentum. Yes, brings him under 19. But that's 2, maybe 1 recovery phase left here. So we need to do more than that. Bring him down to 1800 or something like that. No, you're staying back. Imbalance is high. Let's stay cautious for this turn. Oh, they're coming in steadfast, okay. Yeah, thank you. Penalties applied, I get it, but we're disengaging. Okay. Seize the initiative, please. And this time we have the determination and everything. Go. Okay, he has one more regeneration in him. We have 1 more disengagement round, and that's it. So bring him down to 1800 to cover off. How did you get 3 momentum? To cover off a possible double heal. Yeah, nothing. Oh, lucky. Gets 3 again and it is that for real. Okay, you know what? Fuck this. We're going very cautious. He stays steadfast, okay. So we are back to steadfast. On 2 momentum, on cautious. Okay, let's go cautious. Nice. What is this momentum? Okay. He should be so imbalanced. You stay back. 1 momentum only. That's not it. Why are we suffering so hard in this round? Yeah, he's going back. And now we are fiercely striking here. Please. Thank you. Game, why are you like this? Why are you like this? What is this? Last melee round. Yeah, last melee round. Okay, we have it. He's under 19, so he won't get it. So it's now just a point of don't die. Or don't lose anyone. That's all we need. Man, you feel the fighting against another legion that's raining. We're gonna go steadfast. 2 hits, good. Oh, 3. Wow. That's just insane. You know what? We're gonna go cautious. In fact, let's bring the imbalance all down. Very cautious. He can stay on where he wants to be. And now we come back with the 1, okay. And he hits on -12. Ooh. Not the best timing for him. Yeah, we can't hit. Offensive focus to... Oh, you dare. Okay. Strike him in the leg. Strike him in the leg again. How is it only hard pressed? Why is it only hard pressed? Yeah, now the chance is gone. Okay, soft spot hit on the groin. Okay, he has a higher now than us, so that trick's not gonna work. Recover. And yeah. I don't know how or why it's so hard. I mean, probably because of this, but for him as well, so 37. How nice to see me fuck up a +13. Good. What a nothing burger. A clear victory. Nah. Wouldn't say that. Imbalance is on a -1. We have to... He has 2 momentum again and hits once, yeah. Please don't kill anyone. Thank you. Okay, we're back. Now please. 1. Okay, finally he didn't hit. Okay, we did our deed. At least that. Okay. Titus gets gold, okay. And Publius gets a bronze. Interesting. You can see very little of what is happening on your left at the center of Caesar's battle line. The situation seems to hang in the balance there, a very fragile balance. Here in front of your legion, things are going much better. Despite the advantage, the enemies are visibly giving ground. The back lines are trying to fill the gaps that are appearing in the front ranks. Your instinct suggests that they cannot hold on for long. Your instincts, sorry. Then it happens almost at once. Wherever you can turn your gaze, the Pompeians are running away. It might have begun somewhere on their right. You cannot be sure. It doesn't matter now. You rally your men to give chase. Everywhere Caesar's officers are doing the same. A lot of the enemies are killed during the rout. You do not know how many, but you have barely seen so many corpses. Thousands have escaped. Most of them have taken refuge within the walls of Munda. You have neither the tools nor the materials to build a proper rampart and blockade the town. Someone has an idea. The soldiers promptly imitate it. The bodies of the fallen are piled up. Their shields and javelins are used to reinforce the barrier. And lastly, heads are skewered to top some of the weapons. The gruesome barricade stands like a monument to the viciousness of these times. Okay. Yeah, let me save here because maybe it's already an hour long. I don't want to drag it out to a third part, but we have not had the conclusion, so I want to say we end it here. So I'm going to pause here and be right back with you. I'm going to save, and I'm going to be right back with you if I see it's going on further or not. And if it's just a few things, we'll continue. If not, we have a third part here. So yeah, give me a second. Okay, I had a quick skim through, and we're gonna continue. We're gonna finish it today. So it's a bit left and a bit to read, so think about maybe 15 minutes and we should have the final screen. Labidaeus has been found. He's among the fallen. You're not there to see Caesar's reaction when they bring him the head of his former legate, but word gets around quickly. By order of Commander Labienus will have an honorable funeral. We haven't been promoted after a few of the episodes, so yeah, we are not on the maximum rank. But I think, if I remember correctly, I read something about Game Plus, so maybe we can start higher and better. Gnaeus is missing, but some soldiers swear they saw him get wounded during the battle. It's also said that Caesar himself dismounted from his horse and joined the fray at some point when his line was in danger of crumpling. What happened is not completely clear, but it appears that when the 10th weakened the left wing of the enemy, the young Pompey moved some cohorts, maybe an entire legion under Labienus, from his right to the opposite side to prevent its collapse. However, this exposed his right flank. According to some, this movement was misread as an attempt to flee, and panic spread among the Pompeians. Caesar's cavalry, in particular the expert Moorish horsemen, launched a resolute attack despite the unfavorable terrain, and the enemy's rout, as you saw, was total. The losses was catastrophic, but your army itself has lost 1,000 men. It's rare for the winning side to pay such a steep price. For leaving with a detachment for Cordoba, which is still held by Sextus Pompey and his 2 legions, Caesar orders to build a real rampart to encircle Munda. The siege of Cordoba is another bloody affair, not for you. You gain entrance to the city rather easily thanks to its internal divisions, but for the Pompeians. Thousands are slaughtered as the place is stormed. However, Sextus is not there. He was warned by survivors who had escaped from Munda and left Cordoba before your arrival. Later, you learn that his elder brother Gnaeus is also still alive. You are near Hispalis when a group of messengers from a coastal town, the maritime fortress called Carteia, bring the news that they have him. He was taken there by some troops who survived the last battle. He had indeed been wounded. You keep the vow, and we get some money, and Caesar has repaid the money you lent him years ago, plus interest. Okay, nice. It takes several more days to ascertain his final fate. Much like every other town in the region, the population of Cartae is split between Caesarians and Pompeians. The presence of Gnaeus triggered clash and bloodshed. The young Pompey and his followers used this chaos to seize control of a score of ships and escape by sea. A fleet loyal to Caesar sailed from nearby Gades in pursuit. The fugitives had left Carteia with little to no provisions and were overtaken after a few days as soon as they stopped to stock up on water. Even then they evaded capture and headed inland. They were eventually found, entrenched in an area difficult to access. They were there. There they made one last stand against an impossible odds. You are with Caesar and Gades, close to the strait where the Great Sea meets the ocean, when you are told that the young Pompey's head has been taken to Hispalis. Less than a month has passed since the battle near Munda. One by one the remaining enemy strongholds fall. Munda too, some yield and some go down after more treachery and killings from both sides. You have been told that it's over, but you struggle to let it sink in. Your mind goes to that day of 13 years ago when your Green 11th and its twin, the 12th, joined 3 veteran legions in their long march towards the Alps. You have no idea what you are embarking on, and here you are now, unable to fathom whether you can even embrace peace after knowing nothing but war for such a long time. Yep, we are Primus Princeps Posterium. We did manage to get to the top rank here, and we give the last points out for the bravery. Maxed out valor. We do not have. You spent more time in Hispania while Caesar reorganized the province as he did in similar circumstances before. Several months after the battle near Munda, you were still close to the Strait of Hercules. It was right around that time a young man arrived from Italia. He is certain Gaius Octavius. Caesar introduced him as his great-nephew, a grandchild of his late sister. The lad was sharp and smart beyond his age, but purely suited to military life. Although you had never seen him before, the strong bond between him and your commander was evident. You could see a vivid intelligence in his eyes, but also coldness as upsets you. In September, you followed Caesar back to Italia. Along the way, your leader met Anthony, who was in Gallia Transalpina at the time. They traveled at the same carriage for the rest of the journey, and it was clear that they had reconciled. We are not in Caesar's staff. As you waited for the day of the triumphal procession, you remained outside the Pomerium, the boundary of Rome as the law prescribed. October had begun when the parade was held. A triumph or a victory over the other Romans was unheard of, and it caused quite a lot of disconcern, especially among the aristocracy, which still included many who had sided against Caesar and were later pardoned. As for the common people, they just seemed relieved that the war was over. They marched behind Caesar's chariot, while the soldiers taunted him with improvised mocking chants and verses. An old tradition, the imperator, the victorious commander, had to be kept grounded away from the lure of the hubris and vanity. After the ceremony, the tenth was finally discharged, and you with it. Like many veterans from the same legion, you received land in the area of Nabo, a city in Gallia Transalpina. Okay, so where we all began. And we didn't have the rank for something better. Total crowns. The prestigious crowns you received during your career made you a distinguished member of the community. Total wards, you also won a striking number of other decorations. Troops' opinion, the former legionnaires who became your fellow citizens still had tremendous respect for you. Unfortunate that we didn't get the rank. Even without considering Caesar's discharge grant, you had accumulated a fair amount of wealth. You were still very far from being as rich as a senator or as a knight, but you were certainly quite well off. All these elements gave you the status and opened a clear path to becoming an influential local personality. Caesar had become the absolute master of Rome, and it was not as safe a position as it might seem in a state that he had no tolerance for kings. In February, he was officially named Perpetual Dictator. Senate kept bestowing excessive, absurd titles and privileges on him, often pushed through by his former enemies. In hindsight, it was as if they were painting a target on him. Even though you could not help share the concerns of many, you also had to admit that, for a time, he held a very peculiar attitude as he promoted the free spread of culture and knowledge, plainly refraining from censoring dissent. You were not there, but you heard that a controversial episode happened on the 15th day of this same month, during the festivals in honor of Lupercus, god of the fertility. As Caesar observed the celebration of his golden chair on the rostra, Antony, who shared the consulship with him for the current year, approached him and repeatedly tried to place a royal crown on his head. Every single time Caesar refused and looked irritated by the gesture. Then, exactly 1 month later, the event that left everyone dismayed came to be. You were away from Rome, of course, and the news reached you only in April. Caesar had summoned a meeting of the Senate for the ideas of March. Before the session began, a group of senators approached him. There were prominent magistrates of the city among them, like the praetors Marcus Brutus and Gaius Cassius. The movement raised no alarm, as people approached Caesar all the time to beg for favors. These become, by the way, a very strong group, the praetors. When the daggers were drawn and those present understood what was happening, it was too late. Caesar's lifeless body lay on the floor, chaos exploded, many left the hall in terror, panic spread to the streets, and people shut themselves in their homes. But the conspirators let the favorable moment slip away and failed to gather the backing of the people. Antony was quick to take the opportunity. On his request, the Senate allowed a public funeral for Caesar. At the ceremony, he read aloud the will of your former commander. His great nephew, Gaius Octavius, whom you remember from his visit in Hispania the year before, was the main heir. Not only would he inherit most of Caesar's wealth, but he would also be adopted as his son and take his name. He would become Gaius Julius Caesar Octavian. The remaining part would go to two other of his sister's descendants, except for the gardens along the Tiber, which he gave to the people for public use, and a gift of 300 sestertii to every citizen. Then Antony went on to read the list of the second heirs, those who would receive the inheritance in case the first opted out. As the names of some who had taken part in the conspiracy were pronounced, a renewed sentiment of contempt for the assassination passed through the crowd. When Antony displayed the blood-stained robe of Caesar with the knife holes well visible, the contempt turned to blind rage. As the funeral pyre burned, groups of rioters assaulted the house of the murderers, who soon fled the city. Antony was making a grab for power, but most of the Senate was arrayed against him, and even though the chosen heir Octavian was away in Apollonia for his studies, he would be back as soon as the news reached him. He was a wild card, nobody knew what to expect of him. I think he was, by the way, a good emperor. He did very well. The only certainty was that war would break out anew, more savage and brutal than before. This time neither side would rest until the opposition was annihilated. There would be no clemency, only vengeance and uncompromising ruthlessness. Whenever Caesar had assumed control in Rome as consul 15 years earlier, before he even became a commander, or later in between the campaigns of civil war, he undertook initiatives that were loathed by the oligarchic aristocracy: the land reform, the law to protect the inhabitants of the provinces from the abuse of corrupt administrators, the cap on rent, the admission of members of Gallic families to the Senate, the extension to full citizenships to the communities beyond the River Po, were all measures that undermined the dominance of the elites. This killing was an act of rebellion against the tyrant, and yet at the same time it was the reactionary reprisal of those elites. Too many boundaries had been passed, the Republic was no more, and nothing would ever restore it, whether it was the unmeasured ambition of a man that tore it down, or an overbearing oligarchy that clung to its privileges at all cost. And that's it. We are through. So, here it is. We are at the end of Never Second in Rome. I am going to, if there is a version plus, I'm gonna go for it, and then I'm gonna tell you what happened, or if something else happened. I'm gonna give you, a small episode, I would say. Oh, look at the parade. Nice. These are the attributes: skills, valor, humanitas, integrity, religion. So we didn't max out any of them. We were primus, princeps, posterior. We had so many deeds: a civic crown, a valoric crown. I think we got that for saving someone and then holding until daybreak. Gold crowns, gold torques, gold amulet, silver torques, silver amulet, and lots of 65 in fact. Okay. Yeah, that's the altars. Wealth. Look at this. Owner of a decent art collection, 4 slaves, and yeah, the past centuries. Here we are. Our first one, the 10th, the 6th, and the 11th. Nice. Lost 12 in the 6th Legion. Lost 30 in the other one. Okay, the 10th was our last one. Yeah. 10th was our last one. The 11th was our first one. Risius, Nevius, Sepulius, Ennius, Isilius, Fonteus, and a few fallen here. Albinius, Castricius. All these fell in, or a few of them fell in Britannia, I remember, or in Gallia at one of the sieges. Yeah, missed the 6th Legion, but this one was overall the strongest one we had, yeah, by far. Cool. Save to archive. And we go back. Good. Yeah, I don't see... Ooh, Iron Man. Okay, that's new. Yeah, I heard about that. Standard. You are a human being. Okay. I don't see a plus version here. Well, then let's leave it at that. And I'll say thank you for watching and staying with the Legion until the end. And yeah, we are done with this. We're gonna go over to a map, just a short while, a minute or so, and I'm gonna show you what happened in Spain after we left Africa, so that you have a picture of that as well. And yeah, we will play something else then. So yeah, over to the map. Okay, and I found a little map, or not a little map, and if you remember this one from way back when, this is the map from Cristiano from Wikipedia around 58, and that was before we started our Gallia campaign, and this was a good map to show you what happened in Spain. So let's zoom in, and what happened after Africa is we went to Italy, and then we came around here, and here is Betis, the river they were talking about all the time. Here is Cordoba, where we started. Down here is Munda. This is where the big battle in the end took place, and on the left here is Gades, close to the strait. And this is where it finally ended. We weren't part of that, but we read about that. And this is where all of the rest took place. And if I remember correctly, we were given space in Transalpina. Is up here somewhere-ish. I don't know where we were put, but we were somewhere in the northern parts here, and would be part of then the later Western Roman Empire in a minute or so. Yeah, that is it for this campaign. We did it, and after looking into it, there is a meta progression, and it has to do with the thing you saw about the permadeath thing. So you have to play that as far as you can, and if you die, you lose, of course, but you get meta points, progress points, and you can use them to increase the stats of your following unit, or the following hero, which means I have to play this again on the meta progression string, and then I will see what that looks like, and maybe I'll give you an update and tell you about what happened. Let's see. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do it, but I'm definitely not gonna do a full series on it. So anyway, thank you for watching so far, or this whole thing with me. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you find something else to watch that brings you joy. So thanks for watching, and I will see you. Bye bye.